Welcome to Champion Mentality. We have entered the Champion Mentality. We would be great in our preparation, become excellent in our performance. We're going to talk about the NBA playoff. We're down to the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals to get to the NBA Finals. We'll talk about Boston Celtics and Indiana Pacers on this Memorial Day weekend. Wherever you are, everyone, I hope you have a safe and family fun filled Memorial Day weekend. Um, as this weekend honors those who has lost their lives. Be right back with you. We've got a technical difficulty we need to take care of. Be right back. And we're back. We had a technical difficulty we had to take care of. Thank you for your patience. Again, tonight, Pacers come back from, Celtics come back from 14 points down right here while this other stats are loading. Bear with us. We'll talk about that. Uh, Drew Holiday came up big. Al Horford came up big down the stretch. They said Drew wasn't feeling well this week and came up big. So hats off to those players. Isn't that what this time of year is about? It's coming up big. So here we're going to go to the stats facts. It's been 3 games between Indiana and and Boston. And so let's go to some stat facts right now. We're going to look at Boston Celtics have been averaging 124.3 points per game. Indiana Pacers have been averaging 116.3. Here's what you have: Indiana Pacers out rebounding the Boston Celtics by a smidgen, right? Indiana Pacers have 41.3 rebounds in the 3 games in this 3 game series. So far, they played. This is the third game tonight, and Celtics came back from a 14-point deficit. Um, Boston had 39.7 rebounds. The total assists for the series for Boston is 27.3 for Boston, 31 assists for Indiana. Steals, 5.7 steals, and 9 steals for the Celtics. There's a difference maker. 6.3 blocks for the series, and 2.3 blocks for the Pacers. Turnovers, Boston 11, almost 12, 11.7, and Pacers 16.3 turnovers. Okay. Um, so it's very interesting there. Let's go down here. Field goal percentage. Boston is at 49% at field goal percentage, 49.3, not quite 50. Uh, Field goal percentage. Indiana for the series is at 52%, 52.2%. 3-point percentage, 35.9, close to 36 for Boston, 33.7% for 3 points. So it's a 2 point, a little under a 2 point differential. Field free throw line, the charity stripe for the series, Boston 80%, Indiana Pacers 85. Here's the thing. I feel if with the Pacers, if they keep this, it's a young team and talented team, they keep it together and add. I feel like they're missing a veteran piece there. I don't a solid veteran, or I don't. I guess maybe a higher touted or a more star veteran to kind of mentor and mold that. And I feel like you have a team to beat within these next few years, they'll be in this running deep. I think you will see the Pacers running deep. It's possible they can keep this core together and add some pieces there to the Pacers. I'm a blue and orange Skies fan, Knicks fan, but I love giving credit and where talents to do. I enjoy watching Pacers, um, my even though my Knicks are not in it, man, and Pacers are exciting to watch. They've been exciting against the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics is just a more seasoned, experienced team. They've been here several times, and I feel that kind of what plays off when they get to a deficit when they're falling behind a game. When you come with several years of experience, you know how to. You've learned how to turn it up a gear because you've been there several times, and now you're working on getting to that final goal of actually winning the championship after you've been there a few times. So I find that interesting. Uh, Here we go. We're going to go to the stats. Here we go. Uh, Derek White is averaging for the series 19 points per game, almost 4 personal fouls for the series per game, 2.2 blocks, 1 steal, three, 3.5 defensive rebounds, 5 rebounds, 1.5 offensive rebounds, shooting 90%. This is Derek White for the Boston Celtics. Now there's a new analytics of a plus. Uh, it's a +9. So when he's in the game, there's good production. So he's a +9. Jeremy Holiday, here's his stats for the 3 games. We'll just give you some key stats here. He's almost at 45% from the free throw line. He's at 100%. Only shot three free throws so far, and he went 3 for 3. He's at 3.5 at defensive rebounds and 3 for offensive rebounds. I don't know. Can somebody tell me how? Put it in the chat. How does somebody get 3.5 rebounds? I never heard any such thing. Somebody break that down to me. 7 assists, 2.5 turnovers, 2 steals, zero point 0.3 blocks. I don't know what 0.3 blocks are. Somebody, and this is Jeru Holiday. He is his analytics, his production for the team. His team is +8, +8. So the good things are happening when he is. That's the new analytic. Remember, where the plus or a minus, meaning the team is not doing so good when that player's in there, or that team is excelling. So that's what we're going to look at as we review some of these. Jason Tatum, don't hate him, Tatum. Jason, don't hate him, Tatum. He's averaging about almost 44 minutes for the series. Uh, his 3-point field goal percentage is 32. I think that's rather low for him. He's at 77.8. I feel like he needs to be at 82, almost 85, because he gets to the line a lot. So I hope he's encouraging himself to improve that because he does go downhill and attack the basket. So I hope he gets that to 82 to 85% because he's so good at getting to the free throw line. Jason Tatum has 8 defensive rebounds and not and 1.5 offensive rebounds. So he's being very so with 8 that so they're being very active on the defensive boards, taking away second chance shots from the Pacers. He has 5.7 assists, 2.7 2.7 turnovers, 1.3 steals, averaging about 3.5. He's right now averaging 3.5 personal fouls for the series, and averaging 31.7 points. Now, with Jason Tatum's game, it's a +9.7. So that's very, very, very good. He's helping his team be very productive. Jaylen Brown is averaging 31.6, almost 32% from the 3-point line. He's at 69.6% at the free throw, and he's gotten there quite a few in this series. So we need to see that close to 80% because he's so good and crafty at getting downhill and getting to the cup. So hope he's improved that. He's got 1 offensive rebound, 3.5 defensive rebounds. So you see there's quite a few players on the defensive rebounds taking away second chance shots from Indiana. And I think in the fourth quarter, that's where that's playing a playing a difference maker, one of those intangibles when it comes down to close games is taking away those second and third chance shots. Um, Jaylen Brown has 3.3 assists, turnovers for this series, 1.7 steals for this series against Indiana, and then zero point 0.7 blocks. Can somebody put in chat how you only get a half a block this year? I thought a block is a block, but I got to check to see how NBA breaks that down. I get confused on that unless they say the average, right? The math, right? The average of 2.7 fouls, personal fouls during the series against the Pacers, and 30 points um, for the series, averaging 30 points. He has 30 points for the series, and when Jalen's in the game, he has a +7. So that's a good thing. So even with some turnover challenges and some challenges at the free throw percentage, Jalen's at 69%. Jalen, we want to encourage you to get to that 75, 80%. We hope you do that. And they'll make a difference, especially when you get to the finals. You know, those it's on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We have a whole lot of content that we have. Appreciate you vibing with us on the Memorial Day weekend. And hats off to those soldiers who never made it back. That's what Memorial Day weekend is about. Those who never made it back, died in the field of battle. Um, Jake Peyton Peyton Pritchard for the Celtics. We're talking about stat facts right now, so be patient with me. Some stat facts here for Peyton Richard. Excuse me, Pritchard. I don't know why I think about Little Richard. I don't know why. Peyton Pritchard. Here we go. He's averaging 57.1 from the 3-point line. He's 100% from the free throw. Point 0.3 defensive offensive rebounds, 1 defensive rebound, and 1.3 rebounds for the game. 2.3 assists, 0.7 turnovers, 1 personal foul, and 7.3. When Pritchard is in the game, it's a -6. He has a rating of a -6.3. So the production on it is not good when he's in there. So they have to. So the analytics is saying that. Now, does that mean he's not contributing? No. It's just the analytics is saying that the production with him in there is not very good. But there's times where you have to depend and trust your bench because your bench will get you to the next level. I mean, bench is important. If you don't have a bench to give you quality minutes, then it's going to be what you call overusage or too many minutes for the players that need to finish the game for you. So you got to trust the bench to do what they do and be effective and either hold the lead or keep it striking distance. Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser here, not much. 2.3 defensive rebounds, 1 assist, 0.3 turnovers, 0.7 steals, and 0.3 blocks. 1 personal foul for this series and 0.7 points. When Hauser was in there, he's a -3. Luke Cornett, his production is a -1 on the analytics, 2.5 points for the series. Okay. 100% from the free throw line, 1 offensive rebound, 2 defensive rebounds, 3 for the 3 rebounds, 0.5 assists for the series, and 2.5 series. Al Horford, the veteran, is clocking 33.1 minutes. I think that is concerned when you got a vet, and you have a bench that I don't know. You tell me. I just find it interesting, but he's in shape. He worked for it. He's invested in his body. So hats off to him. He's averaging 40% from the 3-point line. So his 3-point shooting got better from last season in the playoffs. Okay, so he's worked on it. I think that's kind of been overlooked. But here's the thing. Al is 66.7 free throw percentage. And he gets in the mix. So very interesting. He's averaging 3. He's got 3 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, and averaging 7 rebounds for the series, 0.3 assists, 0.7 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1.3, averaging 14.7 points for the series, and he's His production is a plus. His rating is a +7, so he's helping his team out very well when he's in the game, because it's +7 on his production for Al Horford. We go to O'Shea Brissett. Believe it or not, he's got a +6. Let's talk about some of his stats here. Brissett is averaging 3.7 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 0.8. Okay. And that's a very good thing. So happy, excited for him. And hopefully, I don't know if he sticks with the team. If he sticks with him, we will see. That is Brissett. Sivi Shai, how you pronounce that? Malak? Mykhalhiliuk. When he's in the game, it's a +1, even though he doesn't do much. He's about 3 points for the series, 1 personal foul, 100%. It's 100% 3-point line, only shot one, made one. They have no free throw attempts, no ribbies, 1 personal foul, 3 points. So I guess just happy to get in the game production. So it's a positive one. Xavier Tillman. Let's talk about Xavier Tillman here. Xavier Tillman is averaging 0.5 personal fouls, no blocks, 0.5 steals, 0.5 assists, 0.5 rebounds, defensive rebounds, no offensive rebounds, and 1 point. And he has a plus rating of 7.5 production for his team. So that's very good. Moving on to the Indiana Pacers. Finishing with the Pacers here. Tyrese Taylor, he's hurt, he's out, so his will only be for 2 games. Halliburton, I hate to see that. I think you'll have a totally different series. To me, be honest, it will be 2-1 Boston. Indiana would have won tonight. I think if you have Tyrese playing in the game, if he wasn't, hurt on the injured list, and so it's sad to see, but some things, that's how the season happens. So get healthy soon, Tyrese. Young man can play. This young man can go. He can hoop, not play. He's a hooper. And look forward to seeing him in many playoffs to come in his career, because he plays hard. He deserves it. But in spite of, Pacers are playing well. In 2 games for Halliburton, 17.5 points, 1 personal foul, 0.5 point, a half a block, 2 steals, 1.5 turnovers, 9 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 rebounds total. He did 3.5 defensive rebounds for the 2 games he played. He was 100% from the free throw line, 40% from 3-point line, and 46 for field goal percentage. Here's the catch: he was at a -5 for productivity, -5 rating for productivity for his team. So that's something to look at. Andre Nembhard, excuse me. He had a 46.7 3-point line. He was 87.5 from the free throw percentage, 0.3 offensive rebounds, 2.7 defensive rebounds, 3 overall rebounds, 7 assists. 7. Did I put the 7 out? 7 assists, 1.3 turnovers, 0.3 steals, 2.7 personal fouls, and 20 points. And his production, his positive negative rating is a -3. So he could turn the corner there, because that's not too far away, but not close. to a +1. Pascal Sickam. He's pretty good. I enjoy his game. He is averaging 58.6 from the free throw field goal percentage. He's at 28.6% for 3-pointers. It's 100% from the free throw from the charity strike. 2.3 offensive rebounds, 4.3 defensive rebounds for the series for Indiana Pacers. It gives Sickle average of 6.7 rebounds. Got 5 assists, 1.7 turnover, almost 2 turnovers, 0.7 steals, 3.7 personal fouls for the series, almost 25 points for the series, and his plus minus rating is a -6. TJ McConnell, you all gonna find this rating interesting. Is 52.6 from field goal percentage, 33.3% from 3-pointers percent, 75% from the free throw line. He's in quite often. He averages almost 24 minutes, so you hope he'll get up to the 80%. 1.7 offensive rebounds, 4.0 defensive rebounds, and 5.7 rebounds for the series. 4.3 assists for the series, 1.3 turnovers, 0.7 steals, no blocks, 2.3 personal fouls, average for the series, and 15 points. And his plus minus rating is -9. But wait, there's more. These plus minus analytics is getting interesting. I don't always necessarily agree, but what the analytics is saying is when this player is in, their production is negative and not minus to their team as an individual based off the formula and the overall outcome during that time they were in the game. So stat facts, it's pretty interesting. And, some people live and die by the analytics, and some people live by the common sense of coaching, using the common eye and observation and making gut calls or strategic decisions based on the personnel that's out on the floor. Aaron Naismith, Aaron Naismith is averaging 47 for the series, 47.8 from the field goal percentage, 20% from 3-point, 100% only attempted one and made one, 100% for the field goal. From the free throw line, charity strike, 1.3 offensive rebounds, 3.3 defensive rebounds, 4.7 total rebounds for the series, 2 assists, 2.7 turnovers, 1 steal, 5 personal fouls over this series, and 9 points. And his plus minus rating is a -4.3. Kendall Brown is -3. And he only played 3 minutes and only got 2 assists and 1 turnover, no points, and nothing else. Okay, we'll go to Miles Turner. Miles Turner's clocking about 34 minutes a game. He is averaging 58% field goal percentage, 45% from the 3-pointer, and he's attempted 2 free throws and made 2, so that puts him at 100% as of after these 3 games. He has 1 offensive rebound, 7 defensive rebounds, and that brings his rebounding total to 8. He has 1.7 assists, 4.3 turnovers, 0.3 steals, 0.7 blocks so far, 2.7 personal fouls, and 17.7 points per game. His plus minus rating, ready for this? Hold your seat. -73. I mean, it's not negative 7.3. Excuse me, 7 point decimal point 3. Excuse me, I got excited. So we're finding this interesting. Some of the key players, supposedly now, some of the key players for the Pacers, according to the analytics, when they're in the game, have negative production ratings. According to the analytics, So, um, you do the judging for yourself with the eye test and a great game, very close game played today. Great game. I thought the Pacers were going to close it out, and Indiana showed grit and showed execution and defense down the stretch. Some may feel J. Rue Holiday foul. I feel like the guard just dribbled into the defense, and when you put it there and you go in there with your body, you get and take your cookies. You go eat your cornbread. Doug McDermott is Doug McDermott is 66.7 field goal percentage. Uh, Nothing from the three-pointer. He has not attempted any free throws yet. He's only played 2 minutes, but he has a positive 5 rating. Let's go to Obi Toppin, which I thought the Knicks should have never traded. But what do I know? The Knicks have sent away a lot of players that went on to embarrass the Knicks and play much better, and their careers have soared. So they have the Midas touch for a lot of players when they trade them away. I find that very interesting. Obi Toppin uh, played almost 23 minutes. Um, he's he's at 60% from field goal percentage, 50% from 3-point line, 66.7 from free throw from the charity stripe, free throw percentage. Hope that needs to increase because he attacks the basket um, as much. 3.3 offensive rebounds, 3.3 defensive rebounds, 1.7 assists, zero point 0.3 steals for Obi, zero point 0.3 blocks, 10, 10 points, and averaging zero point 0.7 personal fouls for the series. And his plus minus rating is positive 1.3. Good for him. He's very successful. Ben Shepherd getting about 22 minutes is averaging almost 29% from the field goal percentage, 100% from free throw from the charity stripe. No 0% from the 3-pointer. 1.3 offensive rebounds, 1.3 defensive rebounds, 2.7. Excuse me, 1.3 assist, one turnover, zero point 0.3 steals, no blocks, 3 personal fouls for the series, and 3 points per game for this series, and he's at a negative 5.7 rating. Okay, and so therefore, you have more negative ratings in production on Indiana Pacers than you have Boston, and maybe that is the tell of the difference of the production or the difference maker when it comes to the fourth quarter. That last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, you decide. You can sit and watch the game and see um, how that goes. The management of shot clock, uh, defensive rotations, knocking down clutch shots, taking the open shot and not the first open shot, if that makes sense. The open shot, working the ball, working the clock, taking the open shot, um, transitioning, getting back on defense, all that good stuff. Okay, so we have um, that game right now. Boston is up 3-0. They just won tonight, so it'll be interesting to see if they sweep them. I think so. I could be wrong. They might. It might be a gimme game. Um, for the next one. We'll see here. Monday on 8 p.m. Game 4 uh, at 8 p.m. Boston and the Pacers, Game 4. We'll see if Indiana can win one. Okay, we'll see what happens. We have one more here we want to look at is Dallas leads Minnesota 2-0. Let's look at some stat facts here. Uh, Anthony Edwards is averaging 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Luke Doncic is averaging 32.5 points a game, 8.8 rebounds, and 10 assists per game. Okay, let's go talk stat facts here, and let's see what the plus minus ratings are for some of these players. Okay, let's go to team comparisons first. Minnesota is averaging 106 points for the Dallas Mavericks, 108 and a half, almost 109. For the series, Dallas Mavericks have out rebounded the Timberwolves 46-40 by 6 ribbies. Assist 24, almost 25 for Minnesota, and 22, almost 22.5, almost 23 for Dallas. So Minnesota is edging out Dallas in assist. In steals, a 1.5 margin, 7.5 steals for Minnesota, 6 steals for Dallas. For the series, 5 blocks for this series for Minnesota, 7.5 blocks for Dallas. So defense makes a difference. And these things, the blocks and the steals, can be that small margin of difference making, of, of, of separation that makes a difference that's really never seen on the scoreboard or even recognized the way it should be in your stats. But it's the little things that add up to a lot in basketball. Here we go. Turnovers 9.5 for Minnesota, 11.5 for Dallas, and Dallas is still winning the series. 42% field goal percentage, 49.1 field goal percentage for Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks is winning in that area, all right, by 7%. 3-point shooting, 37.5% for Minnesota, 32.1% for Dallas. But they're still ahead in the series. So there must be some defense being played. Hats off to Coach Kidd for making those adjustments and coming out ready. And that, I think, the very first game shows you, just somebody was watching film. Somebody had a plan, and the plan worked, and the team executed the plan for Dallas. So, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, 74% for Minnesota, almost 80% for Dallas. That is a different maker. That's the unseen champion on there, unseen hero or overlooked, right? Or intangible, unseen intangible is those free throws right there. Okay, let's talk about stat facts and plus minus. Anthony Edwards has a -5 rating, averaging 20 points, 1.5 personal fouls for this series, 0.5 blocks, 1 steal, two turnovers, 7.5 assists, 8 total rebounds for the series. That means it's 6 defensive and 2 offensive. So he's been a monster on the defensive boards, helping keep it away second chance and third chance scoring opportunities. 91.7, almost 92% from the free throw line. He's got to the free throw line quite often in the series, shooting 36.8%. At the three-pointer, almost 37, very good. 33.3 for field goal percentage. That's So Nas Reed, 66.7 from 3-pointers, 50% from free throw, averaging 3.5 rebounds. That is 3 defensive and point 0.5. 1 assist, 1.5 turnovers, 1.5 steals, 1 block, 2 personal fouls for the series, 19 points for the series, and his plus minus rating is negative 5.5. So if a coach was to live and die by the ratings, they would sit down with his players and say, what do we have to do differently? Because your plus minus rating is a negative, so we're not getting the most production out of you. Now, again, do I as a coach live and die by that? No, I don't. Because you look and see how the players contributed, what they're giving, how hard they're playing, they're playing well with the team. Carl Anthony Towns, he's at a negative 2.5 rating, 15.5 points, 2 personal fouls in the series, 1.5 steals, zero point 0.5 turnovers, 2.5 assists, 7 rebounds. That means he's averaging 4 defensive and 3 offensive, 88.9% from the charity stripe from free throw, 21.4% from the 3-pointer, and 27.8. So I think for Minnesota to have success, Cat is going to have to increase the 3-pointer and the field goal percentage. And I think you might see a different result for Minnesota. He's that hidden figure. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That hidden figure on the team. Rudy Gobert, some people say he plays too soft. He's like cotton candy. I'm not there to judge. Do I feel he could be more assertive as a 7-footer? Yes. But I am not him. And the way he plays is the way he plays. You can't make somebody be or play the way that they're not, that they can't do, they're not capable of, or be something that they're not. So, um, so I know some fans may be frustrated or feel he need to play tougher, but that's not that person. That's not Rudy's personality or style. It's not his style. Um, he is his plus minus rating though is a positive 5.5 when he's in the game. He has a positive production of 5.5, 14 points. He's at 4 personal fouls for the series, average 1.5 blocks, 1.5 steals, no turnovers, 1.5 assists, 8.5 rebounds for the series. That means it breaks down to 5.5 defensive rebounds. And 3 offensive. He's averaging 66.7 from the free throw line. If he can get that up to 75, that will be great. Be a great help. And 56% from the field goal. That's pretty good. Jaden McDaniels, very key factor, averaging 50% from the 3-point line, 47.6% for field goal. Total field goal percentage has not gotten to the charity stripe. 1 offensive rebound, 3.5 defensive rebounds, and that brings him to a 4.5 rebounds for the series, 2.5 assists, 2.5 turnovers, 0.5 steals, 1 block, 3 personal fouls for the series, 13 points per game for the series. And I'm doing like this to make sure my eyes are not deceiving me. And his for Jaden Daniels, which I think is another key player for Minnesota here, his plus minus rating is a negative 5.5. There's 2 people left that have a plus minus rating, and we'll just look at that. That is Kyle Anderson has a positive 2 rating. So the production is very good when he's in 9 points, 2.5, 2.5 personal fouls for the series, 3.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds total for the series, which is 3.5, which is 3 defensive and 5.5, half of a offensive rebound. I don't know how you do that. Somebody fill me in, send me a message, inbox me. How do you only get half of the stat? I don't know. I get confused. You know, I did okay at calculus, but obviously not good enough. Um, two, so we got so we had 33.3% at the 3 point from the 3 point line, and 53.8%. And last but not least, Alexander Walker is a positive one in the rating for production. He had zero point 0.5 personal fouls, one turnover, two assists, one defensive rebound, 100% from the free throw line. He only attempted one and made that one. Um, and zero, he had attempted three pointers and made none, and 30% for the field goal range. Um, I feel with the Dallas and Timberwolves, I think you have talent and matchups are better and a little bit younger legs than Denver to compete to have enough fresher legs to compete than Denver. I think Denver had a little bit older legs, and Minnesota had fresher legs, and they were able to kind of get to the finish line before Denver. But here, you have a defensive-minded coach that planned, and when Dallas has executed the defensive plan, and it has worked. And you got to give Coach Jason Kidd and the players credit for sticking to the defensive plan. Indiana and Boston, I feel it's just because Tyrese Halliburton is hurt, and so it changes the persona and the personality of the team. You have to do something different, and you got next person up, next player up, expect to do a little more, produce a little more. Maybe they're doing their best. It seemed like they're ready. It seemed like they could have pulled one out this past Saturday night, and they were just a few plays away from making that series 2-1, and that's another tale of experience versus just their first time experiencing that. So um, hopefully they keep that core together for Indiana and they build on that and they have more opportunity to compete. Not saying it's over, but the band is tuning up there. Uh, so it's a great these are great Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals. I don't think some NBA fans imagine these names being around. I think people expect Boston, but I don't think people expect Indiana or Minnesota or even Dallas. Who saw Dallas coming? I mean, you know they were good, but you think this was their year. Um, so that's the NBA. We got more games coming up. Monday, stay tuned. If your team is still playing, I wish you the best. If they're out, man, just be a fan of the game. Continue to grow the men's side as well, and watch some WNBA's going too. Support the women, grow their game as well. But man, if you're a student of the game, you watch it. Even if even my team is out, I still love to watch hoop basketball. Hoopers are going to hoop, right? Hoopers are going to hoop. So hey, it's been genuine. Appreciate you. Make sure you tell a friend, pass it on. Champion mentality. We just talk the realest. We talk stat facts, and we just talk to tell, you know, the tale of the stats. Sometimes it's real. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes the analytics speaks the truth, and sometimes it's just what it is. Analytics by software. And then sometimes the coaches got to use common sense and strategic planning and strategic decisions. So here we are. We're going to the backstretch of this NBA Finals. We look forward to not the NBA Finals, but the Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals. Get to the NBA Finals. Appreciate you viewers hanging out. Make sure you tell a friend about Champion Tally. Make sure you hit the like button, spread the love, and subscribe. Till next time, be great in your preparation and become excellent in your performance. Champion mentality.